Hello once again everybody, welcome back to the Randomiser. This is TransOcean, the shipping company. It's quite an interesting little sort of shipping management game really. We'll get right into it because I think the tutorial takes a little bit of time to get through. So it's been about, let me see, about 7 years since the last time I played this game, so it's probably a good idea to go through the tutorial anyway. So this is our investor. She's going to give us a ton of cash to get started. Yes, 10 million euros. Doesn't seem like an awful lot, actually. Can we really buy a ship for 10 million euros? Oh, no, no, no. I mean, in the game we can, but in real life you'd never be able to buy anything for that kind of cash. Oh, dear. So, yeah, this is our consultant. So, yeah, it's a case of naming everything. So, full play shipping. Pick a logo. Let's see what the options are. There's some really weird logos. There's quite a few of them. But there are some really weird logos. There we go, we've looped all the way around. We're just going to go with that one. We will change the colours to be a kind of a orangey red. Our colour here, oh that's that one. We're going to make that kind of yellow, but make that a bit more orange so it's not quite as garish. And then this one we're going to make it a little bit more orange. There we are, perfect. So yes, where are we going to start from? There's a number of different ports to choose from. I really do kind of wish they stood out a bit more on the map. I mean, this little teeny tiny one up here in Iceland, you'd never notice that normally. So basically, yeah, there's each port can handle a particular class of ship. So tiny, tiny little port will only hold the smaller ships. These ones, of course, are absolutely massive. Every port then, of course, has their own things that they export. So you need to bear that in mind. That one, of course, is tiny. This one over here is class 2, so you get feeder and Panamax. They've got all sorts of other stuff here. Agricultural, medicines, post, ore and metal. Then, of course, you can see these ones here are 5, so they can service everything. So, yeah, we could, plus it's Britain, so I'm going to go from there, aren't I? Yeah. Little cutscene of us arriving that I don't think we can skip. Anyway, this goes on for like a minute or two. I'm just going to skip it. And there we go. The helicopter has landed. Why we arrived by helicopter, I don't know. So Felixstowe, it's supposed to be quite nice here for tourists. Excuse me, but what tourists go to Felixstowe? Really? What tourists go to Felixstowe? It's a massive fucking port. The only tourists that go to Felixstowe might get a ferry somewhere. I don't even know if they do ferries from Felixstowe. Anyway, yes, we don't have a ship right now, so we need to buy one. This guy's going to walk us through the process. We will do the tutorial, because, yeah, there's a lot to this game and I've completely forgotten. So, yeah, feeder, smallest container ship. Larger ones, Panamax, post-Panamax, etc. That's how many containers it can hold. That's how fast it'll go. That's how much fuel capacity it has. And that's its condition. So 62%. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a second-hand ship. It's perfectly fine. We got this one here, which is cheaper. It doesn't hold quite as much. Goes a bit faster. Come on, I'm trying to scroll down. Here we go. This one here is much bigger. Much bigger. Slower. Has less range. And more expensive, of course, but not by a huge amount. We're going to go for the one in the middle. It's always usually a good idea. So we'll get that. We need to give it a name. Thankfully, we can just click the dice here and give it a random name. And that is perfectly fine. So we're just going to use that. So, what we need now are contracts. Yes, indeed. So we need contracts because we need to take something somewhere and earn a bit of money. It's your agent. Late for a meeting. I'll give you a quick primer. Late for a meeting? Excuse me, if you're my agent, you should be working for me, right? So, yes. Exactly. We've got timber. That's all perfectly fine. Going to Hamburg. Do you know what TEU means? Yes, they're essentially 20-foot containers. Yeah. And then deadweight tonnage. So, yes, you've got to manage physical space in the form of TEU and your weight as well. Oh, dearie me, this tutorial is quite in-depth, isn't it? It will be highlighted on the world map. No, I don't want to cancel. Alright, there it is. You can't really see it because it's greyed out, mate. Oh, I've got to actually select. There we go. Accept. And there we go, we've got that now. Continue. Right, click cast off. So, yeah, we're not full. We're not full, so when we're in the actual game, it's best if we then have a look at other contracts to see if there's anything going to another port on the way. But this is just the tutorial, so we'll just go. It's not very far at all. So we need to go here. We've got a contract there, which is why it's highlighted. It'll take us 4 days. That's perfectly fine. So this is where the game gets a little bit weird. We actually drive the ship out. How to steer a barge. See, why would I be doing this, right? Why would I be doing this? Anyway, overview map, direction of the destination. Hold the mouse wheel to zoom out. Sorry, use the mouse wheel to zoom out. Hold the left button to pan the camera. Thrust lever. Oh, right there. So W or using the lever. A and D to steer. Yep. It's pretty easy, really. I'm not entirely sure why that's there. I mean, obviously, this is some sort of damage indicator. It takes a little while for the rudder to maneuver. The problem is, right, you do that and your back end swings out. So it's probably best if we go like this. Go forward a bit just to swing the back end around a bit. It's been a while since I've done this, it really is. You can see my previous records up the top corner there. So if we go that way and then reverse. There we go. Go that way, reverse, we can swing our arse around. Swing our arse around. Yeah, the camera's not as free as you would hope. So, yeah, you see that the rudder takes a bit of time to respond, which is perfectly fine. We're going to keep the throttle kind of low. What we really want is a bow thruster. That's what we really want. But look, we've got a ship coming in there. We can see it on the map. But yeah, you've got to pay quite a bit of money if you do this. You know, if you don't do this yourself. It's a bit strange, really. But there we go. And we're away. So it's not that far from some of our other attempts, like ages ago. So what we have here now, to control the power of time, stop time by pause, That's fine. Is that the tutorial over now? My share is due the quarter after the next, and I'll be asking for you for it promptly. Yeah, she wants her money back. So, yeah, here we go. This is where it's more of the management screen again. So you see we've got our ship here going there. This is where you can have so many ships just zipping around the map. Every time something docks. Yeah. Every time something docks, you'll have to go through all that experience again of docking it, unless you want to pay however much the docking fee is. You can control the speed of the ship from here. It's arriving in 3 days. That's perfectly fine. So I'll press 1 and unpause. You see it crawling away there. I mean, that's a decent speed to watch it. Yeah. So it automatically gets here. You get that noise notification. And the time does actually automatically pause, which is great. So we've already got the ship selected, so I'll just go dock. Do you want to do it automatically? I'll do it manually just this once. Mind you, I don't know how much we're getting from the contract, so it might be... yeah, it might be not worth it. So that's where we need to go. We need to get around this thing anyway. Let's see. Wang that round. Let's slow things down a bit now. We do want to keep turning. Keep turning. Straighten up. Keep it nice and slow now. Nice and slow. Because this is where you see those boats on YouTube that hit the cranes and cause masses of devastation. Because they just come in way too fast. That's fine. We're crabbing a little bit right. But that's lovely. That's got to be near enough, right? That's got to be near enough. There we go. 6:23. Oh, it beat whatever the hell was going on this one. But there we are. Anyway, we're here. We got our payment. So, yeah. Payment's only 400 grand. So, if we... That would have been halved if we had docked automatically. If we'd paid for the tug. 5 days. Fuel consumption, which is 24.5 grand. So that gives us our profit, which is lovely. Your tub is a mess. You need to take a closer look. Yeah. Yeah. Fuel level's not bad. So we can certainly fill up. The price in different ports is different. So you need to think about exactly where you want to fill up. Because you can do several trips on... Well, hopefully you can do several trips on that. That's all fine anyway, but we'll fill up here. That's it. But we do need to repair. That's 61%. 61%. And it's going to take 16 days, but we've got no other contracts on right now, so we're perfectly fine doing that. You shouldn't have your ship in for repair more than a week. Oh, okay then. 12, 8, 4. That's fine. 300 grand. No docking fees of 15,000 a day. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of cash. Fast forward time while you wait. Oh, I don't want to cancel the tutorial. I want to hide that. It's ready in 3 days. Oh, I've got to hold it down. Right. Okay. It's repaired and has been seaworthy again. So, we ought to leave this pitiable status of sole ship owner behind us. If this shipping company is going to be a success, then we need to top up in a few fields. To get to the next rank, we need better reputation, another ship, a company contract, and more capital. Oh dear, company contracts. Oh, you bastards. So, we've just done a normal contract, right? It's just pick up something from there, take it here, and that's all fine. A company contract is like, we need this stuff shipped to this port. But it can take like several ships to do, and stuff from several ports. It becomes more complicated. Anyway, reputation improves when you deliver deadline contracts on time. And there are also contraband, which are very, very lucrative, but really hurt your reputation if you're caught with it. So that's got a delivery date. Okay. Lucrative carries more risks. If the freight doesn't arrive on time, then you pay a penalty for every day. Okay. Find that there. Penalty 23 grand a day. Deadline 39. Arrival in 23. Is that how long they think it's going to take to get there? Oh, it's going to Valencia. Right, so that's going to be like around here. So that was, what, 4 days? So maybe 4, 8, you're looking at maybe 12. 12 to get like around here, maybe a few more to get there. It says 23 down there, though. Oh, that's the expected arrival date. It depends on the speed of the ship. Right. Right. Okay, that's fine. I didn't actually change any of that. Move the mouse over the contract, bottom left next to the fuel gauge. The fuel required for this route is shown in red. Right, yes. It comes down and it shows you whether you've got enough. So yeah, it's quite a long route all the way around here. My knowledge of Spanish geography isn't great. It could have been along the north coast, but you know, there's not an awful lot on the north coast of Spain. It is mostly Mediterranean. Anyway, we have plenty of fuel. That will, of course, change if we change the speed. Make sure that you can get to the destination port on time and you have enough fuel. Yep, that seems perfectly fine to me. So if we do this, you see it goes from 23 to 16 days. I think that's probably worth it. Because it doesn't use a huge amount more fuel. 249 compared to 178. It is quite a bit more fuel. It's well within the limit though, and we save a bit of money on fuel. We'll leave it there, I think. Accept the contract. That's all fine. The value's 1 million, so I think what we'll do is when we cast off, we'll do it. What's the word? We'll do it here with the automatic tug. Oh, I haven't selected route. It would help. Oh dear. So we can see which contracts we've got loaded and the deadline, and we can see the arrival. So that's all fine and dandy. Let's cast off. There he is. He's going. We can speed time up, so we don't have to sit here and wait for such a long period of time. And there we go. Ready to dock. Fantastic. So we can select that one. It's got 15 days left on it. It's perfectly fine. We'll spend another 100 grand there, but that's fine. We've got our money. So, yes, if you don't want to go through all that business of docking and casting off, then, yeah, you do, of course, pay quite a bit of money for the privilege. But if you've got a bigger ship with lots of contracts on board, then it does make more sense. Yeah. There we go. It's that much in fuel. Of course, we're going to have to actually refuel it ourselves, but that's how much it was. So let's go to the port and see what happens here. So let's refuel. This is a little bit cheaper than Hamburg, I think. I can't remember how much it was. I'm sure it was 700 and something. I'm sure I'll see it in the edit. There we go. And yeah, we are pretty much... that's pretty much it. Build a positive reputation and deadline contracts. Oh, lovely. So we'll spend a little bit of time now. A little bit of time, a little bit of money repairing our ship again. So just speed through that. There we go, that's all done. We'll have a look at the contracts list, and yes, we have an awful lot of stuff. So our deadline here, you can see it's in red, meaning we don't have enough time to deliver it, which is fine. That's going to Dublin. That's Felixstowe. That's also Felixstowe. So if we increase our speed, we'd have to increase our speed quite a lot in order to get there on time. We really would. But those are both going to Felixstowe, so we could pick both of those up at once. We've got Rotterdam, another one to Rotterdam, a couple here to Reykjavik. That's very tight indeed. A couple here to Stockholm. That's not so tight if we increase our speed a bit. We can make that, and it's quite a long way. And you can see down here how much space and how much weight it's going to take. And they're both well within limits. Both well within limits. So if we took these to Stockholm, we could also visit Rotterdam. And we could also visit Felixstowe. Although the Felixstowe is all well out of our our expected days. So, shall we see what would happen if we did take that one, and the Stockholm? You see now. Yes. Yeah, we're over capacity there. We're over capacity if we try and take that one. So if we dump this one's worth more than that. So if we dump those, but pick those up, yeah, we'd be fine. We could take that, so that would be 1 million and a bit there. So we're looking at about 2.3, 2.9, call it 3 mil for one trip. And there's only one of these is one that particularly requires any kind of speed. Should we do that? Maximum range of 38 days. We're full of fuel. I think we do that. Yeah. We will do that. Accept the contract. Cast off. Now remember, we're going to Rotterdam first. You can see we've got these things up here. Rotterdam first. That's 26 days. There, automatic tug. That's perfectly fine. So here we go. We're all nice and full. We'll speed up time a bit. And there we go. Obviously, you can see that we've been there before. But we haven't been to these before. So yes, they do actually show up. Anyway, here we are. We need to dock so we can unload our our thing. And there we go. 1.5 mil to the port, because we're still going somewhere. We'll fill up with fuel while we're here. So that takes no time at all. There we go. See, questionable goods. Questionable goods. You see there's a reputation decrease there. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to Stockholm. So see if there's anything else going to Stockholm. There probably isn't. No, there's not. Oh, that's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. There's nothing else on the way. We'll just cast off. We'll just cast off. Go to Stockholm. Automatic tug, that's fine. Arriving in 6 days. 9 days for that contract. So we're perfectly fine with time. He's there, we can dock. With tug assistance, there's 855 grand. Now imagine doing that with several ships all at once. It gets quite complicated to think about exactly what's going on. But anyway, that's basically this game. Quite interesting, quite fun. There is a sequel, TransOcean 2. I haven't played the sequel, but I would probably recommend you get that one instead if you're going to get a game like this. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. If you enjoyed that, remember to subscribe. Goodbye.